Hello and welcome to Ivy Creates. Today we're going to be doing a raccoon baby. This little guy right here has got the most soulful looking eyes. We're starting out with our black and white photo, and we're using the graphite paper underneath to get a good proportion on him. This is an 8x10 size canvas, and I'm just going over it with a tool to rub in some of the details. Welcome to Ivy Creates. I hope that you share, like, follow, and all the other good stuff. Today's little raccoon is a baby raccoon, and I found this one quite a bit difficult to do because of the colors of the fur. And with a raccoon, they have a really thick, dense fur, and they don't just have two colors, they have multiple colors. And all raccoons are actually different colored. Surprisingly, you wouldn't think that, but they are. They have a lot of beiges and browns and other colors in their coats besides the gray, black, and white you think of when you think of a raccoon. So this little guy, after I finish doing the graphite, I'm going to go back over with some of the pencil in some of the drawing to make it better for my viewing and ability to be able to paint them. So I start with my paint pens, just going in around the eyes in the darkest colors, trying to get those details, because this little guy has the most soulful eyes. I mean, they're really, really pretty. And they do change as they grow up. Their infant fur is a little different than their adult fur. I happen to have been able to work around rehabbers, and I've been around a lot of different ages of raccoons and absolutely adore them. They are the most intelligent and the sweetest little things until they become a teenager. And once they become a teenager, you don't want one as a pet because they will get very, very mean. But when they're babies, they are adorable, and I love them to pieces. So now I'm going to go in, since I got just my basics in of the dark colors, and I want to put some of the background in. Although this is kind of smaller than the picture is, and you're not going to see a lot of the background, I still am using some green with brown mix, watered down, just to kind of give it that grassy look around the outside edges, because this little guy is in the grass. And I made sure to paint the sides and paint all around the canvas. I do canvases probably different ways every time that I do them. Some I might do an all over paint, and some I might just do the background around the subject that I'm painting. So now I'm doing the color blocking. With this is very basic. We don't worry about details. You can do this. You just put in colors that are similar to the colors on the picture that you're seeing, but start out a little bit lighter than you think you would normally need. So as you can see, I'm just getting in some of the basic colors, and I wanted to go with the brown first because this guy here does have a lot of brown in his fur. And so I was just trying to get in my basic color block of brown. You'll see I add more and colors in different spots to give him that dark color. And so right now I'm using a burnt umber, and I used some watered down initially to get that color base in there, the color block. So I'm using a burnt umber on a brush to get that basic color down. I'm not even rinsing my brush. I'm just kind of going in and putting the colors, little tan, and cream where I can, to give him some of his color. And I keep referring to the picture, and I have to tell you, this was probably one of the hardest animals I've painted. Because it is juvenile, because it is a raccoon, and it does have those variations of color. And adult animals are just a completely different situation to paint than juvenile animals. They have shorter noses, shorter little faces. They're just different. So you can see I'm adding just little spots of darker and darker, and I'm gradually getting darker as I go. I'm still very loose in my paint. I am still just color blocking. I'm not putting in a huge amount of detail. I'm going in where I can, and I'm putting in the darker colors. And right now I'm working around the pupils to where it's black around the pupil. And you will think that your raccoons, they do have a brownish black colored eyes, most of them, and of course that does vary on their raccoon as well. They're a lot of fun to play with. Now, as far as the little nose goes, you want to do your nose with little dots as much as you can, and dot in on the nose for color, and make sure that you have the highlights around the nostrils when you're doing that. But put the color on the nose a little bit lighter and dot it in so that it gives it texture. The same around your whiskers. Do dots as far as getting your whiskers in place. Now I'm adding the lighter colors around his face. I go back and forth, you will see several times, between adding really light colors and adding really dark colors, and going back and forth with different layers, and that's to create the depth. And also, if I'm not happy with something, the wonderful thing about paint is you can always just go back and paint over it. You can do it over and over again until you make sure you're happy with it, and you will see towards the end of this, we'll talk about that a little bit more, where I did go back and in addition to what is shown here, I've gone back and I did it again. I went in and played again with some of the colors to get them the way I wanted them to look. Thank you for watching. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're joining Ivy Creates today. You can see me turn the canvas sideways. Sometimes it's really good to do that to get number one, a better perspective on the picture you're painting, because it should look just as good sideways, upside down, or anyways, as it would looking straight on. And not only that, but sometimes you just need that extra turn of the canvas to be able to get your fur just right, or to get whatever you're painting the right direction. So you can see I'm going back in with my Faber-Castell pens, and I love using paint pens because it helps me get in details that I normally wouldn't be able to get in with a paintbrush. And that's just for me personally, because my hand is not so steady, and using a paint pen is a little faster, and the faster you go, the steadier your hand will look. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but I promise it works. It's just like if you're doing, you're doing some kind of pinstriping on a car, or you're writing something. The faster you go with a pinstripe, the cleaner it's going to look, because when you slow down, you start to make mistakes. And that has taken a long time for me to learn. I have horrible handwriting, and I know that's crazy, but I paint, but I have horrible handwriting, and so I do pay attention a lot to the technique of people who can write beautifully and who do things like pinstriping on cars and stuff, because that takes incredible amount of knowledge and ability to be able to make those lines perfectly straight and graceful and all that good stuff. So you can see I'm still, again, using my Faber-Castell pens, my paint pens. And the thing I love about the Faber-Castells is that they are transparent. They're not as opaque. I do also use a opaque acrylic marker as well as the Faber-Castells, because that, for different reasons I use them. But a lot of times when I'm trying to get a color just right, I'll use these Faber-Castell pens, because they're artist pit pens, and it's an alcohol type of ink. And the best thing about them is that you know, you can layer and layer and layer and get the colors that you want and the styles that you want. And this little guy here just took so many layers for me to feel like he was somewhere close to where my inspiration picture was. And this is not a commissioned item that I'm doing. A lot of times the ones that I've filmed are commissioned items. This guy was just a picture I found that I absolutely loved because I love raccoons so much. So that is why I'm doing this picture. I thought he was really, really pretty and really cute. So you can see I'm going back in again. This is after I'd already finished and thought that I had it done. I went back in again with more pens and more markers to try and get his colors just perfect. Stay tuned to the end of the video. I might have a little sneak peek of some of my raccoon friends that I have played with over the years, and also the end result of this picture. I hope that you've enjoyed it. Please leave me a comment, tell me what you think. If you have any ideas, let me know and share with me. If you have anything that you do, share it with me as well. But leave comments below, and I thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it.
Like a kid, shut up and put this in your mouth.
Yep.
What did you say?
Hey, Poppy.
I said like a little kid, shut up and put this in your mouth.
Hey, Poppy.
You said like a little kid, shut up and put it in your mouth.
What you got, Rocket?
So you said the price change with this.
It's like I'm going to play with it and tear it up.
I think he does the little bubbles underwater.
Because it's for Monday.
He puts his nose down there and does the little bubbles.
Because I asked her, because I was trying to do.
That was the best idea, having a little tub for him to play in.
Mm-hmm. Monday, if
So
y'all
easy.
could mark and deliver. And then we found it on Friday's.
You have a water tube filler down there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what do you want to do with this one?
Oh, is he rolling it?
He's filling us the water tube up. He's got the lid off of it and everything.
Well, no, now you need to put the lid on it.
Okay, thank you.
It's like, I just gonna play with it. I know. No, he snorted because he was in the water.
No, I'm talking about the
Yeah, that little rubber
lid.
thing. Yeah.
Okay, let me finish this real quick.
People want tickets, Mega Millions price,
Yeah.
Yeah, you can start.
and they're about to expire. And somebody won 10,000.
It's silent wrestling.
I will say I do love that.
Mm-hmm.
That's so nice to have someone to play with.
Yeah. It teaches them lots of skills too, though. It's valuable skills.
That's my favorite. When he gets on him and he hugs him.
Yeah. Yep. Remy got skills from the puppies too. I'll whoop up on you like a dog. Turkeys. He ran in the dark and came running out and pounced on him. Pose for a picture. You better hang on. Hmm? What you doing, buddy? Remy. Remy.
On your back now. I got you on your back now.
If you donate blood, you get a free pint of bluebell ice cream
Damn, I'm gonna go get blood.
and a lantern.
And a lantern? What the hell?
You're gonna receive a LED lantern and a voucher for a free pint of bluebell ice cream.
Where at?
It says blood center.
But it better be a gallon, because I can't do a pint.
Yeah. It ain't a pint for a pint.
Right.
You just gotta get 4 coupons.
Yep.
Look at them. Now watch, as soon as I put the video on them, they'll stop.
Mm.
I got a racing version too.
What are y'all doing?
Fighting each other.
Playing.
Remy.
Look, he's by himself. It's a pounce. No, they both got sticks. I got sidetracked. Squirrel!
Yep.
Alright, I'm running to Sam.
Attack. I see you.
Isn't that sweet?
My goodness. It's the raccoon attack. I see you. He's biting his tail. That's funny.
Well, no, I was going to see if I could send a picture here and download it to the thing. Yeah. make you a Oh, I can't email to you, so I have an email.
Right.
Give me a second and I'll.
Yeah, and I couldn't add you to my jump drive once you, my shared drive once you had that.
Hey, look, I found out how to do that. Remember when y'all did it in the all white?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, I need you to do this real fast.
Attack, Remy. He said, no, I'm good. I sent him to Larry, he'd be jealous.
Stand backing off.
Come here, puppies.
Yeah, you go to video
Yeah,
and they run.
they run. Poor whiny baby. What are you doing, Remy?
Get him.
Get him.
Get him.
I love you. Touch the orange crayon.
Hey there. Hey, cutie. Are you a lover, baby?
Hey, domestic with Lena. Okay. It may be Lane. It was on my voicemail, and I just. This is Tanya Jones. I called her this morning. I got a weird funky letter from Nationwide. She was checking into it. Two 860